Hello, YouTube. It's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Season 8, Episode 1, Once Upon a Rocky Relationship. So we're just going to get on to it. So yeah, we're at the season premiere of the Season 8 premiere of Happily Ever After. So Happily Ever After in the 90 Day universe is basically all the married couples just enjoying their life after the 90 days and after being married and stuff, and see what the everyday life is like for them. Now, normally Happily Ever After is the most dramatic. Is always the most dramatic spin-off because that's where all the fights go down and the divorces happens on the show. I don't even know why they call it Happily Ever After, but it is what it is. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started with Emily and Kobe. Now, if you remember, back when I first started doing these recaps, it was a 90 Day Fiancé season 9, and Emily and Kobe were on that season. And they met in China, and he's originally from Cameroon in Africa, but they met in China. They had a one-night stand. She got pregnant. When she came back to the States, Emily had a baby, applied for the K1 visa. COVID hit, and then eventually Kobe got to come to America and got to meet his kids, and they lived with Emily's parents in Salinas, Kansas. And they stay in the basement. They actually ended up getting pregnant again with 2 kids. And it was actually announced today that they actually just had their 3rd baby. So congratulations to Emily and Kobe. So that's the backstory with them. So in this episode, they are actually preparing to go to Cameroon to meet Kobe's family. And I guess the whole family is going. Emily and Kobe are going first with the kids. And I guess Emily's parents will follow later. Well, in this episode, we see them talk about it. I guess in Cameroon, there's a civil war going on, and between one side of a region that speaks English and another side of a region that speaks French. And I guess, Kobe said that on Mondays, that's when things really go bad. But he said wherever they're going to be at, they're going to be in the safe part of it. So he was like, we would not go in if we didn't feel safe. So they start packing and everything, and they pack up all their stuff, and then just basically hit the road. They had to drive out to Kansas City, to the Kansas City airport, fly to Detroit, then from Detroit to France or whatever, and then from France to Cameroon or something like that. So Kobe said that he is nervous that Emily's going to be meeting his family because, it's not common for, in this particular country in Africa that someone marries a foreigner and stuff. So, he's a little nervous on how that's going to be, but, they think it's going to be all right. So I'm curious to see how this plays out. So good for them, Emily and Kobe. So that was them. Next couple I want to talk is Nicole and Mahood. So we first met Nicole and Mahood on season 4 of The Other Way, which was a year ago. And she was living in Egypt, and they had a lot of problems because of how Nicole dressed and stuff and everything. She couldn't stand living in Egypt, so she came back to America. They applied for the spousal visa, and he got a spousal visa. So she's preparing. She went to the store to get him a pair of pajamas because she said he wore a couple times, wore jeans and buckle shirt, and some buckle pants that scratched her when they were at the bed together and stuff. So she wanted to buy him pajamas for his arrival and stuff. We see Mahood, say goodbye to his mom. His mom was really sad that he was leaving. He said that he really wanted to be reunited with his wife and everything. And, the mom said that, I'm sad that you're leaving, but I'm not going to stop you, and she was a little teary-eyed. So there was that. So Mahood gets on a flight. He comes to Los Angeles. He lands in Los Angeles, and that was basically it. Now, we already have some spoilers on how this season's going to go with them, but I'll just leave it at the first episode right now. So yeah, that was Nicole in my hood. Now the next couple I want to talk in next three couples are from our previous season of 90 Day Fiance. So we're gonna go now. I'm gonna talk Ashley and Manuel. So we get them for another season. So in this episode, like they're at a park and everything, and like Ashley's family's there and everything, and they're just talking about how things are right now since they've been married. They've been married for like basically a year now, and the big topic of discussion was Manuel's kids. Now, Ashley and her family feel like Manuel is hiding the kids from Ashley because every time they talk, he talks to them on the phone like he doesn't want Ashley around and stuff. And so they basically confronted him about that. And he said, it's not intentional. It's just that, like, there's just a lot of stuff going on in Ecuador right now. The mom was just like, this is still kind of shady. Like, I'm like really on the verge of hiring a private detective here. And like Ashley's sister, Sienna, she was just like, I think we're pushing it a little bit. But yeah, Ashley, like, she really wants to be part of Manuel's kids' lives, because they don't have any kids right now, and that's now officially their stepmom. So, plus with all the money that they're sending them, might you might wanna be in the kid's life. Just saying. So I hope they can figure that out. So yeah, that was Ashley and Manuel. Next couple I'm going to talk is for the third season in a row, we get Gina and Jasmine. This couple. So as we know, they got married, and as we know, last week at the tell-all, like stuff went down at the tell-all. So in this episode, they showed them like out on a boat, on a little boat on the lake and stuff in Michigan, and they're apparently on their honeymoon. And Gino and Jasmine, like Gino is still not working. He said that he quit his job so he could support Jasmine, like during their 90-day journey. So he's living off his savings. So he didn't want to go anywhere like spectacular. Jasmine was just not satisfied because she's like, she pictured her honeymoon in Hawaii or Los Angeles or something, and not on like the lakes of Michigan. They ended up going camping. They go camping, and like Jasmine was just not, she was not into it, but like she just did it for him. Like they get to the campsite, the guy like shows them like this area where they can take their showers. He said there is hot water, it's always hot. I'm like, okay, but whatever. Jasmine was just not fazed by that. She said she was getting eat up by mosquitoes and everything and whatnot. So it was just not the best for her. So anyway, they talked about a couple of things. Number one, they're working hard now to try to bring Jasmine's kids to America, and they're still in Panama staying with like Jasmine's family and their dad and stuff. And now like I guess there's like a big money issue going on now, like, and everything. Jasmine also says she wants her and Gina to get a new house, but Gina said no. Because apparently also Gina and Jasmine are also trying to have a baby their own. And like Gina doesn't want to leave his house right now because he says this is what we got so far and I can't afford anything. And Jasmine's like, well, you need to get a job, basically. And Gino's just like, yeah, but you're not pregnant right now. So like if you're pregnant, like that'll be different. And Jasmine's like, we don't have to wait until I'm pregnant and stuff and everything. Like we need to like start doing this now. So yeah, I mean, there's just Jasmine being a little bit extra, but I mean, like my opinion with that, if Gina and Jasmine really want to have a baby, then I don't think now is the time because there's still a lot of jealousy problems. There's still a lot of tension. There's still a lot of friction there. So it's just gonna get crazy and crazier if they try to have a baby. Judging by the previews for the rest of the season, I think money is going to be a big problem now in a relationship. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm sure we're going to see another Jasmine explosion. We're due for one again. So, so yeah. So yeah, that was Gina and Jasmine. And the last couple I want to talk is Rob and Sophie, another couple that was just on this past season of 90 Days. So Rob and Sophie, they moved to Austin, Texas. We found out that at the tell-all last week. But in the first day of filming, they are officially separated. This we open up with Sophie in the bed with another girl. Now we all know that Sophie is also bisexual, but she's in the bed with this other girl that she met in Texas. That's one of her friends, and like she was just like, "Thank you for letting me stay here." The girl was just like, "Oh, I'm treating you better than he does." Like everybody on Pillow Talk was just like, "Are they dating? Like, are they like sleeping around or something?" And everything like we don't know. Then we see Rob, and he's like at this like batting cage, just like playing baseball and stuff with one of his friends, and he's talking about like the separation with Sophie to one of his friends, and he said, "Yeah, this girl that she's staying with, I think is a bad influence, and she's fake because every time I met her, she's always nice to me and stuff, but like she's in her head a lot with her and stuff, and Sophie is bi, so I don't know if they're like screwing around or anything." So like we've been married for a short time and we're already separated. And so like we later see Sophie with her mom Claire, and I really cannot stand Claire. Like Claire is really rude, but Claire I guess now has a boyfriend from Texas as well. And Sophie met up with her and him, and they talked for a little bit. And like Sophie was saying, you know what, I'm gonna go back to Rob's house and I'm gonna try to make it work with him and stuff. I'm gonna get back and see what we can rekindle. Apparently, why they separated is because like Rob got in like 50 DMs from these girls saying how cute he was and everything. Now he didn't tell Sophie about this, and I guess he was just having casual conversations. He said he wasn't like flirting or like trying to hook up with them or nothing, but just casual conversations. And Sophie apparently did a factory reset on his phone and saw that and got mad. And Rob tried to justify his actions by saying, I didn't want to tell her because I thought she was going to be mad and everything. So now he's considered a liar for that and stuff. And Sophie was like, if you would have just told me, we could have worked it out. But instead, you had to go behind my back and lie and do that and stuff. And now look where we're at. So like Rob and Sophie, like they reunite, and they like hang out for a little bit, have some fun, and then they talked about that, and it just didn't really go nowhere. It didn't go nowhere at all because like it's just like Rob doesn't see that he did anything wrong. He's just still being Rob, and Sophie's just still being Much, and it's just like I'm just like, why were these two chosen for happily ever after? Like, come on now. But I mean, like I said, I had a feeling that they would, but so yeah, it's just like they like we had a nice little couple weeks of a break from when they got married and at the tell all, but now we're back to Rob and Sophie just like arguing, fussing, and fighting like they always do. They just cannot see eye to eye. Now I'm happy that Rob like got out of that last apartment. They moved from Los Angeles to there, but the online cheating thing is just like really in Sophie's head a lot. So like she's still thinking that's online cheating. Now the first time when Rob online cheated, when girls were sending him inappropriate pictures and videos, like he entertained those. So okay, I can see that. But this one, I mean, I don't get. But we all know. But Sophie, at this point, Sophie has trust issues with him. And I do think that Rob should have just told Sophie just about the conversations and stuff. Sophie does seem reasonable. I will give her this. She does seem like a person that you can reason with her and stuff. But like if you're upfront about it, but don't hide anything from her. And I actually think that's a fair quality and a fair tactic that she has and everything. So that's what I see from Sophie. But it's gonna be another long, long, long season, and we're gonna be bringing it to y'all. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be another 20 weeks. The season will end in July, in mid-July and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that is it. We didn't see Patrick Thais, Lauren and Lexi, Ed and Liz, and Angela and Michael in this episode. We'll see them in the upcoming weeks. So yeah, so it's gonna get good. Happily ever after. We're in it. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's the end of my review. I'll be back on tomorrow to recap tonight's episode of the Single Life Tell All. I actually already did watch the Tell All already. The first part of the Tell All was pretty good, so I'll be back to recap for that later. I got stuff to do tonight, so yeah, I'll bring it to you tomorrow. So thank you guys again for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all again soon. Have a good one.